they delivered criminal complaints against the nation's president, Javier Milei, accusing him of being part of a cryptocurrency scam that has become a global scandal. The economist Claudio Lozano has filed the first formal complaint, although it will not be the only one against the move in which the ultra-liberal president promoted a cryptocurrency that then crashed. While Mariano Llorens, president of the Argentinian court, ordered the appointment of a judge to the case, the complaints filed before foreign law firms already exceed 100. This happens as rumors spread regarding the current situation of the head of state, which is said to have locked himself up at the presidential residency. The Defense for the Single National Union of the Construction and Similar Industries of Panama, Sontrax, accused the nation's government of endorsing abuses and violations against the members of the union arrested after protesting for their rights. The 83 workers were provisionally detained after the violent intervention of the police in a demonstration they held against the bill to reform the Social Security Fund. The union's defense also denounced the absence of separation of powers and guarantees for workers and accused the country's president, José Raúl Mulino, of directing the whole operation. They also denounced the move as a political trial that undermines the rule of law in the country. A 5.1 magnitude earthquake was registered early hours of Monday in the state of Oaxaca in southern Mexico. The epicenter of the quake was located in Yucatán de Zaragoza and was reported a few minutes after midnight. So far, no fatalities, injuries, or damage to structures have been reported. The Mexican seismic alert system explained that the alarm did not go off because the earth movement had not been intense enough. In Germany, the 66th Munich Security Conference ended on a sour note for Europeans. Forum Chairman Christoph Husgen described it as a nightmare for Europe and closed the conference in tears. The presence of the U.S. Vice President James D. Vance especially upset the Germans. Both Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck condemned the U.S. support for pro-Nazi parties and organizations in Germany. The president of the Munich conference went further and said that the Trump administration lives on a different planet and assured that after the Vance conference, the forum may no longer be a transatlantic initiative because there are no longer common values between Europe and the United States. In Cuba, the president of Venezuela's National Assembly presented his book, Río Quemado, during the Havana International Book Fair. During the presentation of his literary work, Rodriguez explained that the book is based on an extensive poem which is interwoven between each of its chapters, showing a conversation between an 11-year-old boy and the pain and terror of his father's murder. In this sense, Rodriguez points out that this work has served to exorcise many things that at some time were difficult to deal with. During the presentation, the Venezuelan Minister of Communication, Freddy Ñañez, was also present and emphasized that the book fair in Cuba represents the defense of dignity and response to all those who try to silence the voice of the people. An art exhibition entitled The Lost Alphabet opened in Istanbul, Turkey. The installations are displayed in a former hat factory. Details from a correspondent, Yunus Soner.
Since
its construction in 1833, the House of Fez, hat, was a symbol of modernization and also of migration. It was here that modern hats were made for the Ottoman army, whose model and name came from the city of Fez in Morocco. Restored in 2018 and converted into one of the most important art galleries in the city, this building is currently hosting an exhibition of the artist Ahmet Gnestikin.
The main theme is memory, remembrance, confrontation with oneself. This includes migration, destruction, wars. But above all, the exhibition presents stories, tales, myths, objects that belong to all the cultures that our geography harbors.
The exhibition is entitled Lost Alphabet. Several objects present letters in chaos, an invitation to visitors to remember and rearrange them.
Displacing people from their places is like breaking a tree from its place. The trunk can be removed, but its roots remain in the ground. Sooner or later, they are reborn. Cultures and languages are exactly like that. It is impossible to remove them.
Gnestikin's work of the last 6 years is exhibited in an area of almost 10,000 square meters. The works are paintings, installations, objects. Many invite to a journey through time and mythology.
Here the mythological figure of the Medusa is depicted. Here its eyes and tail are shown. And here we see the effects caused by its hair. And this is what we were discussing just now.
Many painted, decorated, and oversized doors catch the eye. Gnestican explains that traveling through the country, he realized that every door told a different story behind it.
Here we tell the story of Lilith, according to mythology, the first wife of Adam, who demanded equality and was cast out. We tell her story of a rebellious but ignored woman as a source of inspiration.
Other installations tell of current journeys migration, where visitors to the exhibition rediscover their own history.
Here I see that a chest has been used, just like the one my grandmother had. People used to travel and emigrate using them as trunks. I see another trunk made of camel skin, very typical of the Middle East. I see trunks of all geographies here.
The works are well received, and the exhibition is thought-provoking, say visitors.
I've been here for an hour at the exhibition, which I enjoyed very much. It's an exhibition that encourages a lot of thinking. I liked it very much.
The exhibition of the Lost Alphabet will be open to the public until July 20th in the Old Hat Factory, next to the Golden Horn.
In Argentina, before the justice system, lawyers confirmed that they delivered criminal complaints against the nation's president, Javier Milei, accusing him of being part of a cryptocurrency scam that has become a global scandal. The economist Claudio Lozano has filed the first formal complaint